What would it look like if you crossed a Texas-style ranch with an African safari? That's what you get at the Moon River Ranch in Satin, Texas. In April of 2023, we stayed at the Moon River Ranch for a weekend birthday getaway for our adult son. The main appeal was skeet shooting and ATV rentals. And we were able to bring our dog, but that might have been a mistake. Stick around to find out why. According to their website, located near Waco, Texas, Moon River Ranch is a getaway lodging retreat and a stunning venue for weddings and corporate events, all centered around our safari experience that spans over 550 acres of nature, along with 500 wild animals, from zebras to wildebeest, to oryx, to longhorns, and more. Come stay with us and experience Texas like no other. Moon River Ranch offers lots of lodging options. They have a large retreat center for large groups, as well as options to rent for individuals and families. We chose to rent the Farmhouse Family Cabin. Some of the other offerings include tiny homes, a few other historic-looking options, even riverfront wagons. The family cabin had 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a living room, and a kitchen. One of the bedrooms had bunk beds and a loft, so the cabin slept 8 people. There was a beautiful wraparound porch with a front porch swing, which looked out over onto the pond. It was beautiful. There's lots of amazing activities to do at Moon River Ranch. There's an animal safari tour, ATV rentals and trails, skeet shooting, hatchet throwing, horseback riding, and target archery. The first thing we did was to rent an ATV. This is a 4-person vehicle, so we were all able to fit, including our dog. This was a great way to go all over the property, see all the animals, the beautiful river. We came around one corner and we saw horses. We were so excited. We stopped the ATV and the horses came over to us, so we were able to pet them. It was a great experience. Another time we came upon a longhorn who was right in the middle of the road. The ATV was lots of fun and somewhat adventurous, but not too scary. The next thing we did was skeet shooting. None of us really had much experience with shotguns, so this was a great way to learn about them and get comfortable. We had a professional with us who showed us exactly what to do. I felt like it was a fun, safe activity. Here are the things that we liked and did not like at the Moon River Ranch. First of all, the things we liked. It was a beautiful property. It was fantastic. There was even a little sort of old west village with a chapel where you can have weddings. There were just little surprises everywhere. Second, we loved the activities, and we already talked about that. Number 3, many of the lodgings have these rustic, creative decorations that are so cute. It really felt like a real Texas ranch. I'd like to go back sometime and try staying in one of the tiny homes. They were very modern. Here's some of our dislikes. First of all, there were no restaurants on the property. So we brought in everything that we were going to eat for the trip, which meant that I ended up doing a lot of cooking, which is okay, but when you're in a kitchen that you're not familiar with and using cooking utensils you're not used to, it was a little bit of a challenge. Plus, who wants to cook on your vacation? So there were some recommendations for restaurants that were within 15 minutes or so. I wish that we had found those restaurants instead of doing some of the cooking. The second thing we didn't like were there were all these dead palm trees around the pond. Now, it looks like they may have fixed that and pulled those up because they're not in this picture from the website. The last thing that we didn't really like was the fact that we're not alone. It was a resort, so there's lots of people around. There's lots of different kinds of accommodation. So it's not just you and your family. In fact, the first night we were there was a Thursday, and there was like a corporate group there. And then the next night was a weekend, so a lot of the cabins and things started to fill up. Now I will tell you about the mistake that we made. We did bring our dog, which was allowed. We paid the pet fee, but you were supposed to be monitoring your dog at all times. When we went to skeet shoot, it was not safe to bring the dog, so we left the dog in the house in the bathroom. That was the mistake. Dudley panicked and he scratched and scratched at the door. We let the front desk know, and we let the housekeeper know, and we fully expected to get a bill for the repairs. Fortunately, they actually did not charge us anything. All in all, I would say we had a wonderful trip to Moon River Ranch. I would highly recommend it for you and your family, maybe even for an event like a wedding or a family reunion. Be sure to visit their website. I have the site listed in the description. There are so many more beautiful pictures on the site. This is Crystal with Dudley Doesn't Get to Go. And guess what? This time Dudley got to go.